Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro, and it's time for supporting actor and actress predictions for the month of August. Supporting actor, we have Robert Downey Jr. at number 1 for Oppenheimer. Now, a lot of people think that Ryan Gosling is going to win, or that Robert De Niro is in contention to win, and I just don't really think that we are taking seriously enough the idea that Robert Downey Jr. winning would be like so nice for the Academy to do. Like, they want to do it so bad. Like, I just feel like they want to give him an Oscar, and this is a role that you can throw an Oscar at the role.
Well, there's already a nice narrative, which is you were Iron Man not too long ago. We knew you as Iron Man. But now we get to see the other side of you, and we're really excited. Welcome back, Robert Downey Jr.
Welcome back, Robert Downey Jr.
Welcome back from the Marvel MCU black hole.
You're doing serious movies again. We barely even recognized you when you were up on that screen.
It helps him, just the fact that you can't tell it's him alone. I mean, I know people who I have to be like, no, Robert Downey Jr. was in that movie that you just saw. And they're like, oh, shit. I think that helps you win an Oscar. Sure. I also have the sense that he is stronger than Gosling, but here's the thing. I definitely understand that there's more passion and more screaming on like film Twitter for Ryan Gosling's performance, because it's just so much more fun. And Robert Downey Jr. is playing a very milquetoast man who doesn't have a crazy personality,
but he has an Oscar scene.
Yeah,
but he has an Oscar scene.
He has like 10 minutes of Oscar clip. But I am still compelled for the argument that Gosling could win. They would both be on their third nomination. They're both in Best Picture nominated movies.
Robert Downey Jr. is more of like a veteran actor though, and I feel like he has a lot of respect from the industry. Robert Downey Jr. reminds me of Jamie Lee Curtis in a way. When reviews started coming out and people were saying, hey, Robert Downey Jr. might get nominated and win for this, I was like, you're damn right he's gonna win. I can see what he's gonna do. I can see him being on the campaign trail, charming everybody up. Everybody just loves him. It might not be the same because we might be encountering the SAG strike, but still, just as a charismatic man, he can charm the voters. Ryan Gosling's a charming man too.
Well, maybe no one has the opportunity to do that this year, but there's a lot of love for Ryan Gosling though. I mean, we can't deny it.
Yeah, but Ryan Gosling's performance is a goofy ass performance, okay?
But it's also one that people say no one else could have played it.
I agree, and I think that he'll get nominated, but I think that they're going to go with the serious Oscar-y performance that Robert Downey Jr. gave.
RDJ's performance was more of that serious kind of acting that the Academy Awards like to see, and so they'll probably do that instead of the less conventional comedy performance from Ryan Gosling. But, you know, I still think maybe there's a world where people get feverish about giving Ryan Gosling the award and he just gets it.
We have to remind ourselves that they like giving it to people who they feel are career owed.
Yeah, and he's in the same spot as Downey Jr.
It's not the same spot. Downey's older. Downey's a veteran. Gosling's not that yet. Also, we need to eat our words like delicious tiramisu that Oppenheimer wouldn't get any supporting content, like even close. Like, we were completely in denial.
Here
we have.
Well, I was like, everyone's gonna be a cameo. It's going to be Dunkirk, where people were like, oh, Mark Rylance is going to get nominated because he was in like a second of the movie. But no, I mean, this was so much more of an ensemble player than I thought. And so many of these actors weren't just cameos. They had huge roles.
I also want to say, I think there's a world where, because the Critics' Choice are a little bit more like film Twitter-y, they give Gosling the award. And then everyone goes, oh my God, Gosling. And then it's like, no, the industry is going with Robert Downey Jr.
But if Critics' Choice goes Gosling, then I think the SAGs might go Gosling.
I don't think Robert De Niro is real. I think that was a placeholder. I think it was a solid placeholder. But really, if we're being serious, I don't think that De Niro and DiCaprio are going to get more Oscars for what they're doing in the movie. Because I think that there's more urgency to award Gosling or Downey Jr. for their first time. It's weird to me that a lot of people still have De Niro at number 1. De Niro's great. I think he's Oscar worthy in many ways, but it doesn't feel like we have to give him another one for this. It just doesn't really feel like that. John Majaro for Past Lives, I actually am a little worried that Past Lives could be like Call Me By Your Name and then misses like a big supporting nomination or something.
I'm a little bit worried that Past Lives could miss an acting prize.
Because everybody's so subtle. I guess John Majaro does have like his scenes though, you know what I mean?
I think critics groups are definitely going to support him.
He might get like snubbed at the SAG or the Globes and it could be very bad and annoying. Charles Melton for May December, I just am having him in because I think May December may be a real acting contender, and he is just that good in it, where I mean, I kind of hope it. It's a little bit wishful thinking right now. Funny enough, I've seen every movie in this 5.
Well, is it really wishful thinking? Because I actually don't think you have a more compelling option.
Domingo in The Color Purple, that'd be like the movie's 4th acting nomination, probably. That's a lot. Yeah. Jeremy Pope for the collaboration, we don't even know that's coming out. Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers, though, he looks really good in the trailer. I think he's going to get a lot of acclaim. I just don't think that's going to translate to an Oscar nomination. Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things, I mean, I still think if that movie is in Best Picture, he's going to go along, or he might be very good.
He or Willem Dafoe. Because like we saw with the Oppenheimer
true.
trailer, we saw more Matt Damon, and in the movie there was way more Robert Downey Jr. So we don't know who would go along.
If Origin is a thing, maybe John Bernthal gets nominated for that.
Yeah.
Glenn Howerton in Blackberry. I finally put him on the list. I still haven't seen Blackberry, but there's a lot of hype for him, and there's a chance he gets some critics' momentum. But I just think it's going to fall short. I don't really believe that that's going to actually happen. The movie's very small.
Yeah, it's hard being the lone nominee and your name is not very big. Like, you're not like a household name. If you're a lone nominee, like, you might be Robert Duvall in The Judge or something.
Speaking of Robert Duvall in The Judge, what if that's Tommy Lee Jones in The Burial? And then at the bottom, you got, I mean, Jesse Plemons' Killers. I don't think so. We've said it before in other videos. Supporting actress, I think we can still have Lily Gladstone at number 1. I'm still not going to call it, like, Locked Up and Tied and The Key is Gone, you know, just in case a really, really showy performance comes along that people gravitate towards.
Which I really think at this point is maybe Daniel Brooks, and that's it. Unless something totally hits us out of the blue in the fall festivals.
So like Rosamund Pike's like insane in Saltburn.
Or just there's a movie at TIFF that we didn't think was going to have any acting stuff in it, and it does.
The reason that I have Emily Blunt at 3, you know, we watched the movie, we said, I don't really know if she's going to get nominated. You know, she does have that one big scene, but I'll tell you this. Number 1, both times that I saw the movie, that scene got like borderline applause and like a lot of, you know, audible reactions from people. People were like, yes, Emily Blunt, yes! Most of the movie, she's teary-eyed for some reason or another.
Yeah.
But it's really that one scene. And maybe that's all you need. And especially because she's never been nominated before, and it really does feel like it's about time for Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, there's always at least one performance that I feel just goes along with a movie that's in Best Picture that I don't really understand why the nomination's there over like other things, but they just watched the movie and someone was in it, so they gave them the nomination.
Right.
And I think she's great in the movie, but it's not like this is her best performance of her career, but yet it might be the one she lands a nomination with. I think enough people are feeling it. I can think of many examples where I watch the movie and I'm like, I don't think that gets an Oscar nomination, and then it just does because people like the name. Even Scarlett Johansson in Jojo Rabbit, Jamie Lee Curtis in Everything Everywhere, even Rachel McAdams in Spotlight. I was like, I don't see that.
Speaking of the possibility of Color Purple missing Best Picture, if it did, there's a world where it only gets one supporting actress nomination, isn't there? I mean, I guess it could still get both, sure, maybe. But
it's gotta get someone nominated.
Maybe it's the other way around. Who knows? Maybe it's Taraji P. Henson over Danielle Brooks. We don't know what's going to happen, but part of me thinks maybe it's not a slam dunk to get those two in.
Yeah.
I think I'll still have her in for now.
I don't even know what an example of a double supporting nomination is when you're not in Best Picture. Riddle me that. Riddle me it.
I think you're actually exactly right about that.
Yeah. I mean, we did say that about like lead actor, lead actress. You can't get that without a Best Picture nomination. We've been proven wrong. Being the Ricardos and Ma Rainey. Yeah. But double supporting,
right?
Nowhere to be seen. Can't think of it.
Rosamund Pike and Saltburn. Saltburn has to get somebody nominated for an acting award, right? And Rosamund Pike, it's been almost 10 years since Gone Girl. It's about time for her to come back.
She might be pretty spicy in it, too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a strong side ensemble player. I already feel weird that Barry Keoghan's not in.
I also think that we really need to consider Divine Joy Randolph. I think the trailer, like, it shows her as, like, the third most prominent player in the movie, right? So she seems pretty big. However, I feel like the central relationship in that trailer was really Paul Giamatti and the student.
I think what they're trying to do here is frame her as the heart of the story, but I am a little bit skeptical that her character is as developed. She does have a very powerful backstory, though, with her son. I don't know if there's going to be a scene where she opens up about that, but that scene alone could be enough to get her an Oscar nomination. If we're, like, taking this route with The Color Purple, where we're like, okay, maybe it's not the big Best Picture player after all, Maybe we just put Rosamund Pike and Divine Joy Randolph in.
At the same time, you know, Taraji P. Henson's going to have a big showy musical number. We know that. And Joy Randolph, you know, she may ride the Holdovers train.
Yeah.
Even if she's not, like, incredible.
But I feel more confident about the
might still get in.
Holdovers than The Color Purple in general. So.
All right, well, I'm okay with maybe just trying that out for
Yeah,
size.
I mean, it's a little
just
weird.
trying it out for size. It doesn't matter
weird.
if it's weird. If you saw the nominees right now, you'd think it was weird.
Yeah, I mean, if I looked into the future and I saw the nominees, I'd be like, my mind would just be blown. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have my head on my shoulders anymore.
Julianne Moore May December, also a big contender for supporting actress here.
Why not just predict all of them at this point? Why not?
I mean, you could also not do that. You could predict a couple of them. I don't know.
All right.
They might all get in. It might be
Put a couple
the next
different eggs in a couple different baskets.
It might be the world's next 3 acting nominations and nothing else movie. Viola Davis in Air. I don't. You know what? Let's dismiss it for now.
I don't think you should say let's dismiss it. We should consider it.
Today,
You know, it's just a language thing. We should consider
the
it.
past few days, I haven't been feeling Air that hard.
The past few days.
It's just what I'm feeling. The waves, the vibes.
I'm in agreement that I don't feel like Air is going to shine that strong at the end of the year unless other contenders drop, but I'm still skeptical that Air could get an acting nomination.
Do you think it's weird that her Oscar scene is like her on the phone?
A little bit. I think she's the best performance in the movie, but it's not like one of her best. We have to talk about America Ferrera, though.
Apparently, we also have to talk about Rhea Perlman, because some people I've seen think that she's getting nominated.
No,
but some people think that
what?
It's really not gonna happen. It's been hypothesized by some that they're going to have Everything Everywhere level fever for Barbie, and I just don't agree.
I mean, even if they did, I don't think it would be Rhea Perlman. I think it would be America Ferrera.
I think America Ferrera nails the monologue. She's very good. I've talked to plenty of people though who have mixed feelings on that character overall and how much she worked for them in the story.
I really liked her in the movie, and I wanted more, and I don't feel like there was that much of her.
Jodie Foster in Nyad is someone we should be looking out for, I guess, if you're really looking for people to look out for.
Yeah, I think she's going to be in the movie a lot as Nyad's trainer. That's not the name of the protagonist, but I'm going to call her Nyad. What about Carey Mulligan and Saltburn? There's actually some buzz from people who've seen test screenings that she's like pretty in it.
Even like the
good.
one person who saw it. Yeah, you're right. There's a little buzz. Here's another one. All of Us Strangers, which is now the title of Strangers, it is coming to New York and is probably doing a Telluride premiere. You know, the New York Film Festival description touts that there are 4 stellar performances in this movie. You've Andrew Scott, Paul Mescal, Jamie Bell, and Claire Foy. That's 4 performances that are going to be very strong in the movie. Nickel Boys, really nowhere to be seen. Don't understand what could possibly be happening with it unless they try to go for like an AFI premiere. And Keimana Next Goal Wins. That's just the last thing I have on this list. I've heard that the movie focuses on her like a decent amount.
If she's funny and she's got that little moment or two of heart, I think that could go a long way.
I really don't believe in Lashana Lynch for the Bob Marley movie anymore.
Well, we don't even
that's
believe
not
in
gonna-
Kingsley Ben-Adir, so she definitely doesn't go there without him.
But to me, that movie is him or bust. Those are our supporting actor predictions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
Who will get double nominated in supporting this year?